Hey, what's up everyone? In this video, we're gonna do consecutive videos of the previous ones we did on the straight punches, the hooks, as well as the uppercuts we had in Muay Thai. This time, I'm gonna teach you guys how we do it on the focus mitts. Check it out. Okay guys, let's look at the first punch, which is gonna be our jab. So just like in the previous videos, we taught you guys how to properly hold your hands up and keep a correct technique during the execution of each punch. Now we're gonna practice this on the focus mitts. Have my training partner Alex, my prodigy, who's gonna hold the focus mitts for me today, and I'm gonna show you guys how we start with the jab. Okay, so now we're here. I'm gonna throw my left jab, and I always wanna make sure that I'm punching with my knuckles. I'm well grounded onto the mat, and my right hand stays near my chin to protect myself, okay? So even though we're just training on the focus mitts, we also want to record proper technique, the good execution of our techniques, okay? So now, on the jab, I'm here. I'm gonna fully extend and return back to home base, right? So here and then back, always punching with my two first knuckles onto the focus mitt, right in the center of the pad. So they're called focus mitts for a reason, right? So we want to focus onto the target. They're smaller than a bigger Thai pad or heavy bag. So this is my left jab, right from here, back in. So one of the common mistakes is people will, like I said in the previous videos, drop the backhand like this, okay? Or they'll loop the jab and bring it here. So I always want to go in a straight line and back. And of course, we can add some power. I would step it in as I'm here, and I would just step it in with my jab or flick it out, okay? But for practice, we're gonna go about medium speed, and we're gonna keep correct technique, okay? Let's do 5, Alex, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And my training partner is always checking to make sure I have correct form. Okay, so that's our jab. Now, we're gonna switch sides so you guys can see the cross. So the same execution in a straight line, returning back, keeping the jab up, but this time, we're gonna rotate. So as we talked about in the jab cross video, we always wanna use the lower body to drive the power. It's almost like a rocket and it fires out, okay? So the foot pushes the hip drives the shoulder, and the shoulder throws the punch, basically, okay? So slow motion, the body turns first. So I'm here, everything pivots, and this follows, all right? As opposed to this leading and pivoting without having any effect, okay? So let's do 5 crosses, and then back. 2, and then back. 3, and always keeping this hand up, all right? 2 more, and 1 more time, and then back. Okay, so this is the basics of your cross. So if you've paid attention in previous videos, you already have your technique down. Now it's a matter of grabbing a training partner, having your focus mitts, and practicing. Once again, I'm a big advocate of always practicing slowly and ensuring you're focusing on your technique before you add the speed. And like I always say, the power will follow. Okay guys, now we're gonna take a look at the jab cross, putting everything together. Okay, so of course, when I'm here, I'm gonna have a correct stance. I'm gonna lead with my left, but now my cross is gonna follow immediately after contact into this position, okay? So the mechanics is that the moment the left returns, the cross is already on its path, okay? So slow motion, look, in the air, once this one is here, as it returns, it doesn't wait for this one to return and this one shooting out. It kind of like meets halfway. It's gonna be 1, and it crosses. They cross paths, okay? So this is how we're gonna train our 1-2 on the focus pads. So I'm here. And if we change sides, 2 more reps. 1 more time. And that's your 1-2. Once again, always using correct technique. My training partner is there to help me out. He sees what I don't see in front of him, and he's always making sure my hands return back in the correct fashion. If I don't and I drop my hands, he's gonna whip me with the focus mitt, reminding me to keep my hands up. All right, now let's look at the hooks. You control your hook like this, or like this, okay? Your choice. It all depends on the distance. I always like to throw the hook with a vertical fist like this, all right? I find there's more power, but sometimes when I'm at a further distance away, I'll throw it like this, almost like an overhand, okay? So you want to train it both ways. So I'm going to do a few reps of the lead hook and show you some of the common mistakes people do when they train on the focus pads. All right, so I'm here. The first thing Alex does is always keeps the pad at the same height as he is, okay? So I'm here and I turn, okay? So notice the mechanic of turning your knee and dipping your hip, right? And then back, and then back, and then back. So one of the common mistakes is people will try to bring the hand down before shooting up. So it goes here and then they throw the hook, trying to gain more momentum, more power. And that's wrong because what's power if you can't hit your target? So when I do this, he's gone, right? So the focus mitt represents someone's face. So if I'm doing this, the face is gone, and then I'm gonna miss, all right? So I always wanna start from here and use the legs and the hip to drive my left hook, like this, okay? One more time, slow, and here, and here, and here. So use the legs to drive the hip, and the hip will pull the shoulder into your left hook. And on this side, last but not least, is don't drop this hand. Dan Hardy and Carlos Condit, UFC. Perfect example of two left hooks being thrown at the same time. One dropped his hand, got clocked right on the button, knockout, right? So we gotta make sure that this hand stays right to protect, right on our face to protect. Left hook, right to here, okay? As opposed to this. Sometimes we tend to drop our hand to swing the hook in, and that's the wrong way to do it. So nice technique. One more, and here. That's your left hook on a focus pad. Okay, so right hook. I rarely use this technique. When I throw the right, I like to use it as an overhand or a right straight. But the right hook is still a good, efficient technique if it's used properly. At a closer distance, it generates a lot of force because it's coming from the back side, which is the back leg driving up to the hip into the shoulder, right? So here, everything will turn into it, okay? So it's the same mechanic as your cross. Everything will turn. This time the elbow comes out and the punch turns sideways, okay? One thing you have to be careful though is not to overturn, such as this, going too far. That will leave you in a perfect position to get countered, and that's not what you want in fighting. So I want to get right here and turn. So this is where the chin is, right? Your chin is right here. This is where I'm going to aim. I don't need to go all the way here. This is not where you are. You're right here. So this is my right hook. All right, and try not to telegraph by dropping it to load that power, okay? So start from here on the focus mitt, and I'm gonna go medium speed and back, and back. One more, and from the other angle, right hook, one more time. Always keeping a good technique. Okay, what do we got next? The uppercuts. The uppercuts are next. So now, this is a tricky one, guys. A lot of people think the uppercut, up means raising upwards like this, which is true in essence. But in fighting, there's a different sense to it, because if I just go straight up, I'm not reaching his face, see? I'm far away. And even if I was closer, the debate would be like, I'll throw it close and tight. He's gonna snap back, which will make me miss the uppercut. So the good way to do an uppercut is to kind of lean it forward like this. So as he leans back, I still catch him, okay? So we want to go on an angle like this, okay? As opposed to just going up here, which I'm not aiming for my own face, I'm aiming for my opponent's face, okay? So once again now, left uppercut. I like to dip in. So there's two ways. Sometimes I'll just go short and sweet, bum, and just snap it up. Bum, snap it up. Use a little bit of momentum with the head, bum, and snap it up, okay? And other times I'll generate a little bit more force and ferocity into my uppercut, and I'll dip into it, almost like I'm slipping or feigning a right straight, and then boom, connect with that left uppercut, okay? So using the knees, bending, and using your legs to drive the uppercut, just like any other punch. Here, one more time, dip, one more time, dip, and last time. Step, bump, and then back. Okay? From this angle, let's do 2 more. Okay? Left uppercut. Bump. Very good. That's your left uppercut trained correctly on a focus mitt. All right, right uppercut. Last punch we have in this video, the right uppercut. That's a devastating punch. That's a knockout punch, guys, just like the straight, right? The only difference between straight, hooks, and uppercuts are the elbow positioning. If you always remember that the mechanics are the same, using your legs to drive the power into your upper body, for every single punch, you'll have perfect technique every time, and a lot of speed and knockout power with your strikes, okay? So now, just like I turn for the right straight, or I turn for the hook, now I'll turn for the uppercut. So sometimes we'll shoot it straight up, and come back, rotate, and other times I like to dip it in. This is a devastating one where I feint to one side, one, and then come back. I'm slipping a jab, and then coming back in, all right? So for training, train it both ways. Sometimes straight in, I see a nice opening, someone's like this, or has a long guard, straight uppercut. Another time someone will throw a jab at you, and you'll slip on this side, and as I return, the uppercut will land on the chin, okay? So long guard, I go straight in, boom, and I come back. Sometimes people dip forward, and I catch them, boom. And other times I dip forward, one, and then I shoot that right uppercut, okay? So one more time, slow, one here, bam, and I return back. So you don't wanna bring the uppercut down and scoop it up. You're gonna hit with your fingers. Always with the 2 first knuckles, drive it up and pull it back in. Drive it up and pull it back in. Don't drive up and back down. Up and back, okay? Right uppercut. Very good. Good job, Alex. Good pad holder. Okay, guys, these are basic punches, the basic strikes from Thai boxing. How to train them on a focus mitt. If you don't have a partner to hold focus pads for you, maybe you have a heavy bag, same principles apply. And just shadow box them if you're alone, all right? Look at yourself in the mirror and use the correct technique. Okay, guys, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this type of content, leave us a like and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more content. We'll see you guys
in the next video.
Take care. Boom.